Yo yo, oh yeah. So I don't really have much money, and I just went to town to sell one of my phones at a cash converters. Um, yeah, and then I was given kind of a lot of grief there. Um, Not like the direct grief though, you know, not the direct grief. Um, like the passive aggressive kind. And I've personally pawned stuff at a cash converters before, and they said that you're only allowed to do so if you have an account with them. Well, and then they also said that you can't do any of these actions unless you have an account with them. But if I have done so before, then I would already have an account, which I have. I've actually... This exact very guitar, believe it or not, I think I have pawned it a couple of times in my life. Twice. Once, definitely, but I think twice. Yeah, I should definitely be on their system. This is just another means of, I guess, me being cancelled as a human being. Feels fucking good, man. Feels good. I mean, I'm just ranting, so I'll make this bigger. Yeah, boy. So, that begs to bring the question. Oh yeah, how much they offered me for it was like 30 quid. Which is not very much, to be fair with you. I understand that that's how they make their money. But you know, some things are just... Considering, I said this when I was there, to which they tried to make it come back. Funnily enough, I said, like, you know, I'm going through a lot of fucking grief considering I'm training to join the army to defend all you lot. And then they was like, yeah, well, they don't like this stuff in the army. Well, it's like, I mean, it's, how do you even articulate how angry this fucking makes me? It's like, put in a position right now, right, where I can't get respect unless I fight back. But if I fight back or get angry, they will actively use force to stop me from doing so. Which very much limits my options. Very, very, very much. However, even though I was cuffed afterwards from the situation that happened, I mean, well, I am still here, so that is one thing. But, yeah, I don't know. Maybe some of this is like a racial thing, which could be a thing. Like people think, oh, that I'm actively bloody racist or something. And if I was, then why would I say that all lives matter? You know what I mean? Like, all lives genuinely matter. And I personally believe I've actually made some positive change in the world by saying that. Even if it's only a little bit. But, oh yeah, so that didn't go down too well anyway. So, Ended up getting handcuffed and they let me go. Feels somewhat bad. Reason being is after they was all passive aggressive to me and stuff in the shop, I ended up walking out and knocking on the speakers over on purpose. The main thought that entered my head was to kick the whole entire lot. So I would say I managed to hold myself back quite a great deal. But, don't get me wrong. Do I think that knocking that over is the right kind of behaviour? No, obviously it's not. And two wrongs don't make a right. That is also true. So I'm put in a very precarious position of wanting to do the right thing, wanting to get myself out of this rut, but also not wanting to conform with the bad things. And it's I don't think it's impossible, but sure as hell ain't easy. So now, instead of thinking about world problems, I need to think more about this situation. Because straight up I deserve respect, especially from how much positive change I can make and help. Also, shout outs to the ginger policeman. He he actively didn't want to go through with it, even though he didn't say anything like that. I could just tell. Deep down, he was a good guy. A very good guy. So, yeah. Not to say that the other two weren't good guys as well, obviously it was a little bit disrespectful, but again, they are police, they are there to help people. One of the reasons why they were there was probably to catch me out personally. They said that I have a superiority complex, which I don't think so. I do hold myself in high regard, and that's just because I'm confident. I don't think that I'm worth any more than anyone else, because that's how it is, and that just is what it is. No life is worth more than any other, as far as a life goes. But that still doesn't mean that, well, people just do different things, you know. It's like some people provide food for people, some people cook for people, some people make computers, make webcams, some people hack, like everyone does their own thing. And, well, we can all make use of it somehow. I'm left in a position where I have a lot of business ideas, and a lot of business ideas usually involve connecting people with people, or, I mean, at least because any form of business is with people, right? That's the point I'm making. Any sort of business is with people, and when you're being tracked, so to speak, or monitored, it's like all of these options are almost being forcibly taken away from me. and then other people will then just get my ideas. So I have to not talk, not act, not defend myself, but then also get mocked for not talking, not acting, and not defending myself. So I think it's about time the world made its bloody fucking mind up. Which fucking one is it? As far as I'm concerned, I want to get my life going fucking forwards, man. I want to train, I want to eat well, I want to study, I want to join the army. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty stressed out. Quite. Without a proper means to go about, I guess, doing it. I'm at the point now where I really want to run or do something, but I don't have the protein intake currently to actually do so. And doing so now would actually be really, really detrimental to me, so I'm forced to rest, so to speak. Which makes things a bit hard. I want to be selfish. No, I want to take the mickey, obviously, but I want to be more selfish in this situation, but it's almost like I've been so selfless for so long now that people don't like it, and they're fighting to keep me being selfless, I suppose, which is very detrimental to me. So that's kind of some of what I'm thinking right now. Sure, man. It's a lot to take in. Very much so. Yeah, I priced this phone at, if you were going to sell it second hand, somewhere between 90 and 150. This is probably the one I got. I was selling on eBay for 130 quid. I was offered 30 quid. Again, this the store that I went to was a Cash Converters, so know that if you are down on your luck and things aren't going well, well, these type of companies kind of prey on you, I suppose, for profit, and that is part of how the world works. Yeah, very much part of how the world works. And unfortunately, funnily enough, it's not like I didn't expect it to be underpriced, because again, I expect that these companies will take the risk and take the time, as in like, even though they're going to make a profit in the end, it's not an immediate profit, they still actually have to sell the bloody thing and potentially refurbish it to up the price and stuff like this, so but you know, it's still a little bit awkward, you know. Feels a bit crap. Oh yeah, you can't see this, but there you go. These are the prices that I was on about. So I was offered 30, and they said, oh, if you can get a better price somewhere else, then, I mean, obviously I can get a better price somewhere else, but it's like I'd have to wait for it. Because they knew that, because I'm known more than what I should be, I guess. Yeah, so it's getting quite hard to actually function as a normal human being, to be honest. Don't get me wrong, I have some good ideas, and I do think I'm intelligent. Maybe a little bit outside the box with how I am as a person, but I am still a person, and I very much demand that I be treated like one. So I'm not going to give up. I'm above giving up, you know. But yeah, man. Definitely isn't easy. I know there's a lot of people that have potentially taken a bad rap for me as well. I don't want to talk about it too much, but there's a lot of people that have I've gone through a lot of shit for me. So to all those who have, I am sorry. No, that's wrong. I mean, I am, but that's wrong. I should say thank you. Yeah. Because, just thanks. This situation I'm in isn't easy, for sure. I'm trying to do my best to find a way to get as much good out of it as I can for myself and for those that I care about. It'd be so much easier if I was allowed to talk to people normally, but I'm not allowed to, because in doing so, then yeah, it's a bit shit. Ideally, I wanted to do that, get a little bit of cash, go and do a little bit of shopping, just so I can heavily eat protein as far as training goes for the army. And then I was going to come back here and then go to the bank to say to the bank about my money situation, that like, I know I owe money, but my situation's a bit crap right now, and I will pay it off, but could you freeze my account or something for now? Or like at least try and work something out. After that situation, it's like, I mean, just staying in would be giving up, so I'm gonna have to go there anyway. And like, face the music, so to speak. But after that, now I think things are going to be even harder. So I now think that for a very, very, very long time, I'm going to have to not defend myself verbally, and I'm only allowed to defend myself physically or verbally if someone uses my actual name, so that it proves that they were in fact talking to me, or in the physical aspect, if they physically try to harm me first. Which unfortunately means I cannot take any preventative measures to stop things from going wrong. Which that's a thing. But well, right now that just, it is what it is. Yeah. Fucking hell, man. Fucking hell. What an awkward situation. Can see now how other people that have been in said shit situation as well. I mean, I should be thankful that mine isn't as worse, I guess, as what some others could have been. I need to be at least humble in that, and other people have gone through more shit than me. So, because I know that, I mean, that's part of what helps me, I guess, deal with this. So my phone was just fully reset, and then they decided after resetting my phone that they couldn't buy it. Kind of a yikes. So I fully reset my phone as a means to, I guess, negate any proof of anything whatsoever. Which for me is really, really irritating. Very much so. How very, very awkward. It's very irritating. This is just me ranting. I know it sounds like I'm being very complaining. I guess to some degree I am. Again, as I said, there's plenty of people out there that have got it worse off than me. But, yeah, man. It's like, I don't wanna, it's like I need help with my situation, not mental help. Again, I wanna actively express that because it seems to me that right now there's a lot of people just looking for any reason to jump on that bandwagon. Like, I mean, like with my living situation, and I really don't know how to go about doing it anymore. Which means I need to think. Which means I need to think. I do have a lot of people that can help me, but I'm also in a position of where if I get help from people, then it might not be to their benefit. Being in that situation makes things very hard to come to a complete decision on what to do. As it is so far, it's like I can't even fucking fart without people knowing about it, you know, that's like I fucking seized that. Ay, ay, ay. I guess this means I just have to go straight to the council. guess, ask. See what they can do. Means that I have to do that kind of soonish. I have no idea what will actually come out of the situation when I go there. Fingers crossed there's something, I can work out something, like with them, or they can work out something with me. Either either. I'm not giving up. The man. Things definitely get to you when you're trying to do things with the best intentions, you know? Like when you're genuinely trying to help and solve problems. It's like, oh, I get that line that Eminem said, and I think it's Until I Collapse. It's like, even though half of you got a fucking problem with me. Makes a lot of sense. Not that I think I've gone through anywhere near however much he has. To be fair, yeah. So, again, I shouldn't whine like a little bitch. However, I don't want to just like run. I don't want to run away from issues, you know. I want to like face them head on. But I also want to face them head on without being a straight up cunt. I know it's harsh language, but don't care. Language might be bad language, but it's still language. I do want to say a big old thank you to all of those that have stuck by me so far, though. I feel like I'm in a position where it's impossible for me to actually even receive mental support from anyone who is actually like on my side and rooting for me, you know. But, I know that there are people who are. So thanks. And on that note, I'm gonna go and put my shoes on and get ready to face the music again. Oh, and for all those who don't think I'm the combat type, well, I did say that I'm in the position where I can't actually do anything like that first. But, more than welcome to try me. Might be unpredictable. Just so you know, I fight smart. Obviously that one doesn't go out to all the people that are rooting for me and that are on my side, obviously. Oh, that brings another point. Those that are on my side. I'm gonna need a favour. Actually leave comments, man. Leave comments on the YouTube, please. Even if you can't be honest about shit that's happened, if you know, if you don't know, just like tell me something about yourself. Maybe things are going good for you, maybe things aren't going good for you. I mean, I ain't the only one that matters, right? One thing that I do want to get off my chest right is from all of the bad and negative shit that happened, whether people were pressured into things or whatnot, it's like, if the situation really was that serious and that severe, as someone who is pretty damn good at I guess leading situations and being able to figure out solutions, you kind of should have relied on me to find a way out of it, including with, including people, because if I was able to communicate with people properly, it'd be damned as heck that I would have done something about it. Yeah. Alright. It's about time we get ready. Well, I mean, I'm already ready. It's about time I head up. I just I need a couple more minutes to get my motivation going, Yeah. We're Man. I suppose seeing as this is live, one potential way around it, I guess, is a petition. If enough people can back me in a petition, maybe something can be done. That'd have to be a community thing. Oh yeah, funny thing. One of the policemen, he slipped up. He said, "Oh, have you been in trouble with the police before?" And I said, "No." And then he said, "What one?" I'm like, "What trouble?" After I said no. So people were very, very, very actively trying to paint me out to be the bad guy, and they're trying to make me, not make me, they're just trying anything to paint me out to be the bad guy is basically what I'm saying. With regards to how to deal with that, you can use silence to deal with that, is one way. I guess another way, now that I think about it, is to potentially just say your name, like my name's Luke. Or whatever your name is, right? Obviously, my name's Luke, or on here, my name's El, but another way, which I've seen seem to work pretty well, is don't look at people when they're doing or saying things that you don't like, and then look at them when they're doing and saying things that you do like. That's just a universal. If someone's actively trying to do something that you don't like, or actively trying to be a cock, like, what else is left to you? It's like you kind of put in a situation where you either have to be a cock back, or you have to do something. Doing nothing just lets them think that they can get away with it. Maybe like a year ago, acting like that was so much easier because I had the freedom to do so. Now I don't. So, yeah, it's getting very awkward to deal with this shit. I've been using the word awkward a lot. Annoying is probably the right word, not awkward. Awkward's the wrong word. It's irritating to deal with and frustrating. I very much have my patience wholly tested on a day-to-day basis, and then I was called out for having anger problems. Now don't get me wrong, I have had outbursts of anger, but I do believe that there is a very, very major difference from having outbursts of anger and having anger problems. I would say for a vast majority of the time, just for other people out there to, be able to defend yourself a little bit more. I think there can be some people that do have anger problems, and that is if you let the tiniest things get to you and you deal with it with anger. But if a lot is happening to you and you get angry, that isn't an anger problem. There might be something to that, as in like there might be people pushing you to the point where you actually get angry. And and then trying to turn it back on you. I don't really condone this type of behaviour, not really. I think it's somewhat immature. Not that I've not done immature things myself, obviously, I do so regularly, but you get my drift, man. Anyway, this is all until I get back home again. Leave some comments down below. And I didn't tell the story as best as what I could, but I also don't really want to incriminate people or set people in a bad light, so I'm trying to at least allow some people to remain anonymous, you know. Part of that is one of the reasons why I actually think this is still going on, is because I guess giving that small benefit of the doubt that or letting the tiny little things slide instead of just going like full on. But yeah, I will be making more content, and obviously I'll get better at doing what I'm doing as time goes on. Alright, anyway, as I said, out. Catch you in a bit. Peace.